Hello, beautiful. Oh, I sounded really Scottish there. Hello, beautiful people. How are we doing? So, I have had a little revelation, which is not really a revelation because I already knew it, deep down. But after sharing my video yesterday, this is like a get ready with me, by the way. Showing up every day means you will find the time, even if that is in your morning routine. Yeah, I had a little revelation yesterday, kind of around, I guess after I posted that video about using cannabis as a painkiller, I was just like, do you know what? I'm actually sick of even using cannabis at all. And yes, it is a powerful painkiller, but like anything, it is a potent drug. Whether you want to, just because the government have now said, oh, it's medicinal, and we're going to give you it medicinally. Do we really trust the government? And I do think there will be some sort of government agenda to use cannabis to dull people down, because after all, it is a depressant. And I don't want to be part of that. So yeah, this is why this challenge of showing up and sharing, and so far my shares have been very personal, and that's because that's one of the hardest things for me to do. And that's why I'm kind of on that journey just now. But I hope that, you can take things from these videos yourself. And they won't always be so personal either. But, yeah, for me, just like feeling into that energy of, I don't want to be dependent on anything. And I am sick of using cannabis. And even last night, I had an amazing night at the beach. I actually ended up going swimming in the sea, naked, totally unplanned, and it was amazing, and I had the best sleep ever. And when I got home, did my little ritual that us cannabis users do, go home, your real joint, and I was like, I don't want that. I don't want it. So, yeah, this is why this, the challenge of actually showing up on here every day and sharing stuff, it's the accountability, the impact that has on our subconscious mind of realizing where something is aligned or not. And I just know that cannabis isn't aligned for me anymore. And we all have our excuses when it comes to addiction. We all have our excuses, and just because mine's is I have chronic pain it's still an excuse, and I know so many people would say, oh, but don't be so hard on yourself, and but that's not serving me. I know that there's other alternatives that I can look into, but I'm not going to look into them unless I stop using cannabis, full stop. So that's my truth today. And, I want to invite you as well. If there's something that you use in your everyday life that when you don't use it, it makes you feel a certain way. Maybe that's grumpy, moody, stressed, anxious, whatever it is, what is that thing? Maybe it's social media, or maybe using it makes you feel stressed and anxious. It can still be an addiction, addictions don't always soothe us. So it's that short-term feeling of feeling better, but a long-term block, So it could be anything. It might be social media, it might be food. You might be addicted to sugar, you might be addicted to coffee. Maybe it's alcohol, maybe it is validation on social media or from people in your life, maybe it's relationships. We all have our addictions, and no one is better or worse than anyone else, because addiction is very much rooted in us. It's because of dopamine. So yeah, think about what that could be for you, and how can you go about removing that thing from your life. So for me, I'm going to do a 30-day detox, and I'm sure it's not going to be very easy. Sometimes it has been easy for me to detox, but the best way to do it, whatever your addiction is, whatever your vice is to just focus on one day at a time. Don't worry about next week or the week after or next month. Just focus on one day at a time and tune into what you feel. What you're thinking, what you're feeling, what sensations do you feel in your body. For me, a lot of it will be in my body. But yeah, I know that I can do this. I have done it before. And whenever we like let go of an addiction, there might be some stuff that surfaces, especially if it is a substance like alcohol or caffeine or cannabis or tobacco. Um, there's a whole lot of physiological symptoms, but in the long term, you will have a return of your life force that will be much stronger than you might have anticipated, which is really, really cool. I've experienced this before when I've taken breaks, and yeah, it's beautiful what can happen long term. And for me, I just have so much more creativity when I'm not using cannabis. And I'm a creative person anyway, but when I'm not using cannabis, I am very, very creative. And I don't use cannabis during the day anyway. But yeah, I'm excited to feel into this new energy and the return of life force. And it might be a bit of a bumpy ride, and there'll be ups and downs. And of course, there's going to be times when I'm going to want to grab for the thing, you know. So I invite you, if you do a detox as well, to notice when you want to grab for that thing and just give yourself 5 minutes, go and do something else, whether it's sitting and meditating, getting out and walking in nature. That one always works for me. Phoning a friend, journaling. There's so many tools that we have. And also, if it is a substance, like replacing it with something else. So for me, I'm going to go and buy some mugwort, because mugwort is really good for sleep and dreams. And when you use cannabis or alcohol, your REM sleep gets depleted. So rapid eye movement sleep, and we need that. That's our subconscious brain processing. If we don't have that, then our brain will look for other ways to process information. But the best way for it to process everything that's going on is in our sleep. So also excited for that. And when I have stopped using cannabis for prolonged periods of time, I always end up lucid dreaming, almost astral projecting once, and it's pretty cool, like what we can do in our spirit body. So yeah, that's my share today. And yeah, I just want to invite you as well to question if there's something in your life that you are using that is not actually serving your highest good, and you might have a really, really good excuse for as to why it's great, but you know deep down it's not. Yeah, see if you can do a detox and ride the waves of that journey, because I think we're all ready for this. I think that this year has been a really powerful shedding and release, and you know, we have a few months left of the year, so why not really release? So I hope that helps.